Hey everybody, it's your old pal Eddie Stevens here from Pico Rivera, California. And I just released a couple of videos last week where I was going down memory lane with a couple of my old basses that I haven't even touched in, I was saying about 5 years. And then as I was going through my playlist of videos of my Facebook channel, for whatever that's worth, I realized that today is November 12th, 2020, yesterday, November 11th, was not only Veterans Day, but it was also the 5-year anniversary that I've had this bass, my very first Sire, my very first video that people started watching. And I've told you guys before, I don't do this to be a YouTuber per se. I do this to give practical reviews to the fellow bass player, brother or sister out there. And I realized, wow, 5 years that I've had this bass. And I will honestly tell you, it is still, to this day, my workhorse, my go-to, my everything. Of course, I have other basses. We all have multiple basses, especially Sires. And I'm getting into another brand that you'll start to see more videos of here soon. But this baby right here, has been my workhorse. So I thought it would be cool if we did another video 5 years later to see how it's holding up. So this is the Sire V7 first gen 5-string. This is the Swamp Ash body, maple fingerboard and neck, white with the off-white pickguard and inlays. I do have the silver chrome knobs still on the control panel. If you've never seen the videos, here we go. Volume and master tone stacked. Pickup blend, that's active and passive. Your active preamp is treble. Mid was sweeper, bass, and toggle switch. Down is active, up is passive. Okay, brief overview. This is the 3.6-inch spacing, which is most common. If you have the V7 Vintage, which I also have, it's a 4-inch spacing. So this is the 3.6. Solid brass bridge. I have not changed a thing on this bass except for strings and the knob covers. That is it. The tuners are the same, pickups are the same, preamp is the same, bridge is the same. Obviously, I've changed batteries as well. Speaking of which, go on the back. There you go. There is your 2 battery compartments. The leads are still short. If you saw the first video, you know what I'm talking about. And as you saw, the little holes you can go string through, which I prefer to do on my basses with the strings. So I thought, why not do this again and see what we got? So I'm flat. I'm all the way up. I'm inactive. Let's play a little bit, yeah? Still going. I could do that all day. Anyway, it's held up. It still sounds great. Slap tone, everything. Still got the slap and the snap, man. Bridge pickup. Let's go to the neck pickup. Yes, I'm aware that was the guitar part. I'm just doing it to play it. Still sounds great all the way around. Tone off, bridge pickup. Let's see what we got. Cool, solid. Neck pickup, tone off. All right, passive, tone all the way out, both pickups. Sorry, that was just neck. Here's both pickups. bass tone. All right, go back to active. Little treble boost. Get a little more of the fret noise going on. I'll add a little bass with the treble boost, yeah? Remember, we said this had huevos in my first video, so be careful. That's a great smiley face, scoop tone there. I'm going to put those flat. I'm going to do like I did in the first video. Take the mids all the way out. Start on the top end, which was 2K, and see what it sounds like with all the mids out, swept up to the top. Totally mellows it out. Let's go all the way to the bottom, which I believe is 200. Takes away way too much. And I started talking about that as we get older, our ears change. I would never take that much mid out. I am told that Marcus, I don't know, rumor, on these basses, the mid indentation is about 630 hertz, and he takes just a touch of that out because that's where he likes to cut. So let's see what that sounds like. That is actually a great tone. Love that. So this is a great bass. The V7, again, first gen, has stood the test of time. 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears in this thing. That is not an exaggeration. This bass has been around the world with me and has done many a gig of all styles with me, from standard pop wedding band gigs to Elvis Presley tribute gigs to Latin gigs with salsa and cumbia and norteño. It's probably one of the most diverse basses, but yet simplistic, that I've ever played. When I record with it, it records super clean. Most engineers don't even mess with my tone. They don't touch it. Unless the strings are a little old, then they might do slight EQing, but for the most part, these are a little old. But for the most part, they are just, man, that's the sound that I want. It just sits right where it needs to be. Here's the cool thing about this bass that a lot of people don't talk about. Not only does it stay in tune really well, which is a cool thing. That means the tuners work, right? But when I first got this, just like I do with all of my basses, I have one of my luthiers do a very minimal setup on it just to get it to where I like it, because I know what I like. And that includes, obviously, a neck adjustment if necessary. They did do a slight when I first got it. The neck has not budged. I have never had to hit the truss rod on this thing in 5 years. Of 5 years of various climates, 5 years of being in the garage during a pandemic or in the living room if I'm recording, 5 years of various locations worldwide, 5 years of work, constant string changes, and I have not had to hit the truss rod once. On a lot of my Sire models, I have had to do some, basic maintenance, and that's to be expected. This particular model, for whatever reason, or it may just be this bass, and I may just been really lucky, right? I have not had to touch this truss rod at all, which is amazing that the neck is still so comfortable, so fast, even with the gloss lacquer finish. I don't know if you can really tell that with that angle there. I know some guys are against that. They want satin or nothing. I can understand that. I don't really have the problem. It doesn't bother me. But it's super fast, super comfy. It's like whenever I play a different bass for a while and I come back to this one, it's like coming home, right? I guess I'll play just a little bit more to give you guys a little more content. Let's do treble boost, just a slight. Bass boost, just a slight. And that slight mid cut we talked about that Marcus likes. See if it gets even a better little scoop here. Now, if you hear a little clipping or compression in there, that's because I'm hitting it on the input of the video recording device. This is direct audio. I guess I should have mentioned that. So the first time I did the video was straight through the amp, and you were just hearing off my phone speaker. I wanted to go direct audio so you could hear variances and differences. So this is going direct into a passive DI box, radial DI, which is going into my Behringer XR 18 mixer. And then that's going left, right into my Focus 2i2 interface, which is going into the computer. No EQing No dynamic. Like I said, whatever clipping you're hearing is just coming into the computer. But I want to make sure you guys got as much of this as you can get, so you don't have to say, I can't hear the bass. I want you to make sure you can hear. Okay? Yeah, man. So Sire V7 still does the thing. Very happy with this instrument. Of all the Sires I've had and have, this is the bass. So if you find a first gen V7, don't be scared. Everybody's like, oh, I don't want first gens. I want second gen now. Don't be scared. If you can get a good, especially because you can get good deals on first gens now out there, yeah? So get it. Do it. Beginner, intermediate, pro, touring, I don't care. This is a great bass. Everybody has a good jazz bass they always come back to all the time. This is the one for me. This is Eddie Stevens from Pico Rivera, California. It's www.eddiestevensmusic.com. That's Eddie, Stephens music.com. I wish you all blessings. We'll see you soon.